Kelvin Harmon was projected as a first-round draft pick for almost all of the 2018 NCAA college football season, but after his performance at the NFL Combine, he is no lock for that spot. In fact, with how strong other players such as Hakeem, Butler and A.J. Brown performed, he might not even be a top 5 wide receiver selected in the 2019 NFL Draft. Kelvin Harmon college career. As I have mentioned numerous times in these NFL draft prospect profiles, playing as a true freshman is a positive indicator of future NFL success. Harmon was not redshirted and played right away for the Wolfpack as a freshman. Kelvin Harmon caught 27 passes and scored 5 TDs and also averaged 17.1 yards per reception. Harmon actually led the team in touchdown catches as a true freshman, and his 462 receiving yards was one of the best ever totals for a true freshman at NC State. This doesn't meet the threshold of a true breakout, but it is a very good starting point for him as a prospect. Where Kelvin Harmon became a real NFL prospect was in his sophomore and junior years at NC State. He actually finished second to future NFL starter Jalen Samuels in receptions but lead NC State in receiving yards with 1,017 and tied for second with 4 receiving touchdowns. His 1,017 receiving yards finished second in the ACC before posting his massive junior year. In 2018, Kelvin Harmon had 81 receptions, 1,186 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Each was a career best in his raw receiving numbers, and he led the ACC in receiving yards. What is interesting is that Harmon did not particularly dominate the NC State offense in 2017 or 2018. Jacoby Myers had more receptions in 2018 and more touchdowns in 2017. Harmon had a 30% market share of the receiving yards and touchdowns in both his sophomore and junior seasons at NC State, which is markedly worse than prospects like Hakeem, Butler or J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. As you can see, however, Harmon did himself no favors at the Combine. He ran a quite slow 40-yard dash at 4.6 flat, had an agility score of 11.47, which would be slow for even a running back, has a 26th percentile catch radius, and had a 16th percentile broad jump. Really the only thing that Kelvin Harmon showed in a positive light at the Combine is his size at 6 feet 2 inches, 211. Harmon does have one skill that will make him at worst a 4th or 5th wide receiver for an NFL team for quite some time, and that is his contested catch skills. Time after time, he would run a 9-yard route, and NC State quarterback Ryan Finley would heave an inaccurate deep ball that Harmon would inevitably make a play on. As Joe Marino from the Draft Network puts it, picks up the ball early in its flight path and knows how to adjust to its trajectory. Attacks the football with an alpha mentality and positions his frame to win at the catch point. I disagree with the assessments that praise Harmon's burst or movement, but he is clearly a solid route runner with a big frame that can ease the mistakes of a quarterback. Kelvin Harmon final verdict: the Combine was not kind to Kelvin Harmon. He was set to perhaps be the second wide receiver in this class drafted in the NFL Draft, but it is unlikely that he goes in the first round now. He's entering the league at the right age and had a younger breakout age than most of the wide receiver in this class. However, there is so much more upside with Hakeem, Butler or even A.J. Brown that I could see Harmon sliding as far as the 3rd round, though that is probably unlikely given the stock that various NFL scouts have put in him. Access premium NFL coverage 365 days a year with the Roto experts. Season-long draft kits. Fantasy football projections, best ball coverage, dynasty rankings, NFL draft coverage, expert chat, betting and much more. Save 10% when you use the promo IMICO at checkout. Learn more here. Personal feelings about Harmon's athleticism and play style aside, he does project as a useful NFL player. The Baltimore Ravens, as I have mentioned in previous profiles, do need a bigger-bodied wide receiver to ease some of the tension of Lamar Jackson's inaccuracy. The Philadelphia Eagles could look to add an Alshon Jeffrey-esque player to pair with the aging Jeffrey and perhaps count on his contributions down the road as opposed to forcing him into playing his rookie season as a starter. Photo of Kelvin Harmon, courtesy Blue and Gold Illustrated featured image, photo by Andy Kropa, Envision, AP.